that time of the year once again. The Premier League season is just days away. The 2022-2023 Premier League season promises to be an absolute banger. There have already been some massive transfers. Erling Haaland, Darwin Núñez. It is going to be a banger this year for sure. And as usual, Fantasy Premier League is going to be absolutely massive. As usual, the TheCyclingGK have got our mini league set up. The code to join that is on screen right now. It is 8UTJMB. Boom, put that code in and you will be in our league. I will also put a link in the description down below that will take you straight to the sign-in page. Sign in, sign up, whatever you need to do, join our league, boom, it is going to be a competitive one for sure. If you're new to Fantasy Premier League, the rules are very, very simple. You get a £100 million budget to spend on 15 players, 2 goalkeepers, 5 defenders, 5 midfielders, and 3 attackers. You also get a few little chips that you can cash in at some point along the season. You get a wild card, you get a free hit, you get a bench boost, and more importantly, you get a triple captain. But make sure you save that bad boy for a double game week. Simple as that. You can only get 3 players from any one team. Other than that, you're good to go. Right, let's get straight into it with the goalkeepers. Okay, goalkeeping department is always something that I kind of don't really like spending too much money on. I don't like to sign the big players. I don't like Edison or I don't like Allison. They just take too much of my budget up, all right? So I think this year, I'm gonna go for a decent first choice goalkeeper and then as usual, a 4 million, cheap as you can possibly get, backup goalkeeper. First choice, so the goalie who's going to start in between the sticks for me this year, and I think is actually a decent price. £5 million is Eduard Mendy. Chelsea goalkeeper. I know Chelsea are going to keep clean sheets this year. They always do. Thomas Tuchel likes to play that style of football where they keep it tight at the back but then go forward, score a few goals. Eduard Mendy is going to get me some clean sheet bonuses this year for sure. And in backup, £4 million, recently just signed for Tottenham Hotspur. My mate, they call him the Wall, big jaw, Fraser Forster, the main man. I don't know if he's going to play many games this season. It's not so important for me. Like I say, Mendy is going to be playing most of my games. Okay, first defender on the team sheet, new Arsenal signing, Alexander Zinchenko. He's actually listed as a defender. He is a left back, but whether Arsenal play him in midfield this season or not, I'm not sure. Either way, he's a player. He's going to get forward, he'll get assists. I reckon he'll even chip in with a few goals this year, but Arsenal do keep clean sheets, so I think he's an absolute bargain at £5 million. Second name alongside Zinchenko is Lisandro Martinez, and I've got to say, I think he's an absolute steal. £4.5 million. He actually cost Man United 50 odd million quid. He's Eric Ten Hag's boy. Surely he has to start for Manchester United this season. Like I say, £4.5 million in the game. He's a bargain. Snap him up. The third big player in my defence who I've actually splashed a bit of cash on this year. He's got lovely flowing locks, plays for Chelsea, £5.5 million quid, scores goals, gets forward, gets assists, keeps clean sheets for Chelsea. Marcus Alonso, boom, he got a lot of points last season as well. The fourth player in my defence is somebody who is getting linked with big money moves all around the world. Barcelona have been linked with him, Man City, and now Chelsea, who look to have pit everybody else to his signing. In the game, he's £5 million, but Marc Cucurella, currently playing for Brighton, but could be starting week in, week out for Chelsea next season. £5 million, you've got to do it. And the fifth and final player in my defence this year, gone for a bit of a cheaper option, but somebody who I think will probably play every game this year. New Newcastle signing, cost a lot of money too, £30 million. In the game, he's yours for just £4.5 million. It's Sven Botman. I'm expecting decent things from Newcastle this year. I think they're going to keep some clean sheets, but I think they're going to surprise a few teams as well. I'm going to predict 10th or 11th finish for Newcastle this year. Right, into the midfield, and I'm going to start the first name on the sheet, the cheapest one of my midfielders. Just got a move to Fulham from Manchester United. He's actually really popular in-game because he's such a cheap price, and he will probably start most games for Fulham this year. It's Andreas Pereira. I'm expecting some decent things from him. A lot of people actually call him the pre-season merchant because every pre-season he will just score bangers, for sure. We're talking 30-yarders. I'm expecting something similar next year when he's the main man at at Fulham. I think he'll finally find his feet, score me some goals. Andreas Pereira, £4.5 million. Alongside him, I've got Pedro Neto from Wolves, £5.5 million, another really popular player. I'm expecting him to play a lot of games next season. He likes to get forward, he'll score you goals, he'll get assists. Wolves, if they can sign a few more big name players, could do decent next year. Then we have got a big Man City midfielder. He might not be the most glamorous player in my midfield, but he will start most games. He actually scored an absolute banger against me last season away at the Etihad. Took the touchdown on his chest, hit it on his knee, and then boom, 30 yards out, rattled it past me. I didn't even see it. I did one of those like token dives. I knew I wasn't saving it. World-class goal. Rodri. He's available for £6 million in the game, and he actually gets forward and will get you assists as well. The most important thing is though, I think he's going to play a lot of games this season. Then we are into the final two midfielders, the two players who I think are going to get me some serious points this year. First and foremost, the main man in the game, probably the second main man actually. Big money, £13 million, but you have to have Mo Salah in your midfield. You have to have him. Liverpool get penalties like you would not believe. And Mo Salah takes them penalties. And when he takes them penalties, most of the times he scores them penalties. And not only that, you know for a fact he is going to chip in with 20 open play goals for sure. He gets assists. Liverpool dominate teams right, left and centre. He's always a seriously high scorer in fantasy Premier League. He is always, without doubt, the first or second name on my team sheet. And then alongside him to finish that final five in midfield, Newcastle, he's an absolute baller. Alan Saint-Maximin, £6.5 million. I actually think it's a steal. Like I said earlier, I think Newcastle are going to surprise a few teams this season, and this could be the year where we see Alan Saint-Maximin chip in with 15 or 20 Premier League goals. By the way, if you don't agree with my 15 to 20 goals for Alan Saint-Maximin this season, then you all right. Obviously blurred out, Frank. No, seriously, get in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. I think he's going to score loads of goals this season. I do. Okay, the business end of my fantasy Premier League team, the front three, my babies, the positions that I splash the cash on, the one who are going to score me the most points this season. They score you a hat-trick one weekend and you got them as captain, you are cooking. You've got bragging rights. You can take the mick out of your mates. Why didn't you make him captain? I had him captain. It was obviously he's going to score a hat-trick. The front three are heavy hitters. The first striker, Man City, new signing. He was actually the first player on my team sheet when I made this new team up. £60 million Man City spent on him. £11.5 million if you want him in Fantasy Premier League. Erling Haaland, and I honestly think he will score in excess of 25 Premier League goals this season. You cannot afford to not have him in your team this year. Erling Haaland, £11.5 million. Come on, you beauty, bring it home. And alongside him, one of the most selected players in the entire game. Did play for Man City last year, not anymore though. Made the move over to Arsenal. It's Gabriel Jesus. This guy is going to score goals this season. He's going to be the main man. He is going to be Arsenal's target man. He is going to be playing behind people. He's going to be playing on shoulders. He's going to score goals. He scored 4 goals in a friendly just last week, and I'm expecting similar things from him this year. He could score Arsenal 20 Premier League goals this year. And for £8 million, it's a no-brainer. You have to have him in your team. I think something like 75% of teams have him in there for good reason too. Make sure you've got him. And finally, the last big boy in my front three, Tottenham's old trustful. You know what this guy can do. He does it every single year without fail. As long as he stays injury-free, this guy will be in and around getting 30 odd Premier League goals. He will be there looking for that Premier League golden boot. Harry Kane, he takes penalty, he scores goals, he gets assists. You have to have this guy in your team. If you can get the same front three as me, I think you're off to a good start. I am absolutely buzzing with this team. I think I have done something here. I've got a strong front three. I think I've got a very good starting midfield four, and my back three, or maybe back four if I want to do it, super strong. Eddie Mendy behind them, calling all the shots, keeping all the clean sheets. I'm going to do well this year in Fantasy Premier League. I know it. It's my year. Right, there you have it. That is my Fantasy Premier League team. I hope you've enjoyed watching the video, but more importantly, I hope you enjoy the return of Premier League this season. I cannot wait. I am wearing the Man United away kit. How pretty is this, by the way? It's beautiful. This is a large, by the way, and it fits me like an absolute glove. Don't forget, if you want to join my Fantasy Premier League Mini League, the Cycling GK Mini League, the code is on screen right now. It is 8UTJMB. I'll also put the link in the description down below. Come join the league, battle it out with me, even though I will be killing everybody this season. I know it. Like I say, it's my year.